Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking to one of my clients who just finished the Belly Fat Fix program, and he's going to talk a little bit about his experience working with me, um, the obstacles he's overcome, and the success that he's had. This is John, and maybe, John, you can just tell everyone a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Okay, hi everybody. As Trina said, my name is John. I'm a little over 60-year-old male from Pennsylvania. Um, Struggled with some issues over the last couple of years, mainly weight-wise, obviously, and was looking for some type of guidance and some type of program to set me straight. I've tried a couple other ones and never seemed to work. I followed Trina's general Facebook page probably since last summer. Got some tips and pointers, kept them in mind. Finally, earlier this year, decided to work with Trina, and so far things have gone really, really well. So,
Okay. So I'll just ask you a few questions and just answer them, the best of your
sure.
ability. The first one is, what were some of the frustrations or problems that you were having before you joined the Belly Fat Fix and started working with me?
Like I said earlier, had a couple programs I was part of, but nothing was ever sustainable for me as far as the weight loss. I drop a few pounds here and there, gain them back. Just never seemed to get into a groove of losing weight and maintaining a weight loss. And it got to be really, really frustrating, the ups and downs and ups and downs. So when I saw your program, I thought this could very well possibly work for me.
Yeah, and I guess you mentioned to me before, but you were doing, like, you had done a lot of programs at gyms and with personal trainers and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I
So,
worked. I worked with a personal trainer here in town, and that seemed to work, but it was pretty tough. I mean, he put me through a regimen of exercises. Never really had a diet plan set up. He didn't really stress anything about that. Well, I shouldn't say
okay.
quote diet, but an eating plan. Um, then probably back in 2019, I joined an online program which uh, gave me a quote a customized meal plan, which later I found out not to be, and it was some pretty intense exercises. And at that time, I was 55, 56, and those exercises just weren't for me. They're for a 20-year-old
Yeah.
kid who's in perfect shape, and that just wasn't working for me. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I guess, yeah, the next question was, that there are a lot of programs out there and why would you choose this one, like my program? But I mean, just answered that question. Obviously,
yeah,
it's
I mean, it was
yeah.
when I saw what you were doing with the guys around my age and kind of how what your philosophy was, that was pretty much a no-brainer for me. I mean, as long as it would work for me, I thought this would be the right program to join.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the thing is you're not unique in any way. Like, a lot of men that I talk to that are in their 50s and 60s don't want to hit the gym all the time. They don't want to be doing, like, an hour of extreme exercise every day. So, my philosophy is really all you have to do is get out and walk, be active, which is exactly what you've been doing for the last 5 months. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I did some exercises here and there, but nothing with any consistency
yeah.
until I joined the program with you in February, and then you pretty much stressed it. It needs to be a set part of your day, and I made it a part of my day, and nothing crazy. I set a small goal of some steps, X amount of steps per day, or mileage per day, and
Yeah.
just kept to it.
Nice. Okay, so what was the number one problem or the first problem that you were able to solve once you were in the program?
For me, probably it was the eating. I mean, I thought I was eating what was correct and the right amounts based on what I learned in these other quote programs here and there.
Yeah.
But you showed me that was nowhere near what was quote correct for me.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of an obstacle. And I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'5", and I was well over 300 pounds at the time, so eating obviously wasn't a problem for me. But when you showed me what I should be eating, that was like in the beginning, I thought there's no way I can eat all this food. But obviously that
No, and also like,
I got that solved pretty quick.
yeah, but
But
like I
that was
remember you,
probably it.
yeah, I remember you saying too, like, I'm trying to lose weight. You want me to eat like,
Exactly.
I'm sure, for a lot of people too, when I talk to them, it's like, I'm like, I'm sorry, but you have to increase what you're eating, like double sometimes for people. It's like they have to double what they're eating, or they have to, like really dial it in. And it's a lot
Yeah.
more than you would have learned in another program or whatever other meal plan you have. People in the diet industry basically would give someone like me or someone like you exactly the same eating plan. It's just like, get your calories down to this, get your portion sizes down to this, and you're going to lose weight. And
Well,
it just
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. I mean, that's exactly right. Because as I mentioned, that one other program where I thought I had a customized meal plan, excuse me, I wound up speaking to a friend of mine who was in the program. He and I kind of buddied up together. He's out in Michigan, and
Mhm.
we kind of pushed each other along the way. And I asked him one day for his meal plan, and it was a carbon copy of mine. So obviously, mine wasn't customized.
No.
And you didn't really customize it for me. You just he gave me a general guidelines of what to eat, and honestly, in the beginning, that was tough for me. I mean,
Yeah.
uh,
Well, the goal is that, obviously you don't want to have to use a meal plan for the rest of your life. The goal is for me to teach you how you need to eat and how that's going to fit into your normal life and your normal routines and the normal food that you'd like to eat, as a family. Some people have got kids or wives or whatever, right? So you don't want
right?
to have a meal plan pinned up on your cupboard and have to use that, you know, for the long
No,
term.
no,
No,
no.
no.
In the beginning, I followed your the meal plan that you sent me, um, pretty much to the T. But it became a little bit strenuous. But you told me that I was really maybe looking at it way too closely.
Yeah.
But once I got it generalized and knew exactly what was the right amount of protein and the right amount of portions, I just started experimenting with it, and it just became a normal way of just cooking for me and getting things ready.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what most people say, it's not a lot of work. It's just becomes a way that you eat and a way that you live. And yeah,
Yep.
it's not like you're hungry, that's for sure.
Oh, I definitely wasn't hungry. I mean, you we kind of worked on maybe eating is in a certain amount of window, an eating window. And I work a swing shift here and there. And for the one shift, I had about a 10-hour eating window. And the three meals, I was like, this is a lot of food for 10 hours. I mean, I pushed it to get it in there, but I did, and things started to work. So,
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. So many people, like men that I talk to, fast, right? Because there's so much stuff on the internet and out there saying, you need to fast to be healthy. And if you just fast, you're going to lose weight. But then people have this short, or this, small eating window, and they can't actually get the nutrition that they need
right,
inside of
right,
it. Especially, like you said, you're 6'5". So, if you're a guy who's like 6 feet tall or 6'4" or whatever, it's pretty hard to get the nutrition that you need inside of a 4 or 5 hour eating window. It's like not, I mean, imagine eating all of the food that you eat in one day inside of a 4 or 5 hour eating window.
it would never happen. It would
It's never going to
never.
happen.
I don't think any human could put down that much food in that amount of time. So,
Yeah. But okay. So next question. So I've seen you obviously make lots of progress. Like you said, you were well over 300 pounds when you started. And you've lost, well, according to your last reading last week, you've lost almost 40 pounds, right?
right,
Since the
right.
heaviest. Yeah. So, what are some of the things that you feel allowed you to get where you are today? Like what kept you going?
Um, Probably it was just such a simple philosophy and program to follow. I mean, it was nothing strenuous, no crazy exercise routines, which I'm thankful for that, because a 60-year-old body doesn't do what a 40-year-old mind wants it to do.
No.
Yeah, and just to be active, I stayed active. I really kept walking every day, some type of activity, and the support that you offered and the other guys in the group offered. I mean, it was just, you know, I never was part of a program where I actually had somebody that to coach me along. Yeah, that other program I allegedly had a personal trainer in that group, but
Yeah.
I don't think he gave. I don't think he really cared about a lot of the people. It was just a money making deal for him.
Yeah.
And you kept me positive. I mean, in the beginning, things weren't moving as fast as I thought they were going to. But you just said it's takes a while for your body to get reset and for this to happen. And once it did happen, my attitude changed and things got better. And I was able to stay the course easier there. So.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I know you were really skeptical at the beginning, obviously, and I think so many guys in the group too are just really they're skeptical, right? They've tried everything
Yeah,
like you did too.
yeah,
And I mean, some of the guys too have lost 60 or 70 pounds and then gained it all back and lost it again and gained it all back. And I think once you get to that point, you just really don't believe that anything is going to work. But, like you said, at the beginning, things took a long time. And I
yeah,
think that's why I
yeah,
really emphasize to people, and I emphasize to you too, like, this is not a quick fix. Like, if you want some kind of quick fix, like this program isn't for you, because sometimes at the beginning, like for you, it takes 3 weeks, it takes a month, sometimes it takes people even longer, to fix the damage that they've done by dieting and doing all this stuff for 10 years or 20 years or however long it's
yeah,
been. So
yep.
you got
I
to
mean,
give your body.
it definitely took a while in the beginning, and I was focused on the scale, which sometimes isn't always a good thing to do. Stay away from that. Don't look at that number all the time.
Yeah,
And once things started to drop here and there, I got a little bit more positive and a little bit more encouraged and kept the course. And here
yeah,
we are today, 5.5 months later, and I'm probably the lightest I've been in a long time. I probably
yeah,
say from back at least 5 years.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And you're feeling good too,
and I
right?
feel
Like,
good. Yeah. I mean, I got the normal 60-year-old aches and pains here and there, but overall, I really feel good. I'm a little more confident and in with the clothes I wear, and
yeah.
that's all a big positive. That's a big positive for me. So.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I think too at the beginning when you were, you weren't losing the weight too, and I told you like you just have to focus on other things, right? Like how your clothes feel, how are your pants getting looser? Do you have more energy? All of these things, because it's not just
Right,
about it really isn't just about the number on the scale. So,
right, right.
okay, one last question.
Yep.
What is the biggest gold nugget that you've learned in the program that you can share with someone who's in the same position that you were in before you started? Just to sort of give someone some encouragement.
Um, just be in the beginning, be patient and trust it, and know that it's possible to happen. I mean, if you're, I'm a 60-year-old guy, and I never thought I'd be able to lose weight. I mean, as I think we had spoken early in the program, I'm of Polish descent. I come from big relatives, and I just assumed that was the way it was going to be for me. And you said, well, that's not true. You can do it. And in the beginning, like I said, like we just said, I was skeptical, but now that am where I am, uh, trust the process and just stay positive. I mean, that's all I can tell you. That's probably the biggest thing, the biggest hurdles I had in the beginning, and what I deemed to be the most important parts of it.
Yeah.
Trust it. Just really trust it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and I think also just people need to, if you need help, if you can't do it on your own, like get help and find somebody that you can really lean on who actually cares, right? Which is me.
Yeah,
Like I really do care about my clients. Like I really want you guys to get results. Like I mean, like you said recently, like anytime you needed me, I was there. And that's,
yeah,
that's what the best thing in my opinion is about the program, is that when you guys need to ask a question, or you're just having a crappy day, or you're feeling like maybe this isn't going to work because the scale hasn't moved, the number hasn't moved for a week, that I'm there to be like, you're fine, keep going.
yeah.
And
I mean, just and what I thought in the beginning, I was badgering you with questions and all, but
uh,
um, you know, the worst question in the world is the one you don't ask. So,
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
Yeah.
I mean, it was from simple questions to a little bit of complex questions, and you helped me out with them, and you got back to me when you can, and eased my mind and just kept me going. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. So anyway, I love ranting about nutrition, and you guys actually listen to me. My family doesn't want to listen to me anymore. So I'm happy to answer questions and carry on about it. So to people who want to listen and learn, because it's just so important. And I'm just so glad that you went from being skeptical to now really feeling confident that you can take control, that not that you can take control, but that you have control of your health.
yeah,
That it
yeah,
really is up to you, right? That it's not just
yeah,
something that's happening to you, that it's not just that you're meant to be, heavy because your relatives were or whatever, but that you have control over
yeah.
your weight, over
And
your health.
and like the other day, I think I told you, we had a function over this past weekend, and we had some drinks here and there, and we had a little bit of fun, but I didn't eat the way I should have eaten through the course of the day, and we were coming home later that night, and that bothered me more than anything. I mean, I just threw my whole
Yeah.
routine off for the day. I mean, it's going to happen here and there, but that mindset's already it's already built up in me, and then I
Yeah.
think I know I've got to eat correctly.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
some junk during the day, but it was nothing like I couldn't wait to have a good meal on Sunday when I got home. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. 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 Good. You've been effectively brainwashed.
yes, I have. Yes, I have. If I'm worried about that and not what I drank during the course of the day, I'm good. I'm good. So
I was talking to one of the other guys in the program this morning, and that because I'm having like office hours this afternoon, he's like, "Oh, I'll be there for the brainwashing session."
yeah. If I could
Yeah.
give any other guys advice, get brainwashed. It works. I mean, trust me. And
Yeah.
it's not so much. We joke about it. It's not brainwashing. It's just
No, of course.
understanding it and learning it. I mean, it's something that I would have never been able to done on my own. I mean, that's just
Yeah. It's
you're
also,
the
I think,
expert in what you do. So
yeah. I think the thing is too, I teach you what to do and you start doing it, and then you can see the difference, right? When you eat the way that I tell you to, you're not going to feel the same way, right? You're not going to have
yeah,
cravings. You're not going to have all of those things that you used to have. So, you can see the evidence very quickly that it really works and that it's changing the way your body's working. So,
yeah. That was a big thing for me too. Although I generally ate 3 meals a day and not eating the right things, I was in between those meals. I mean, it was a free for all. I mean, whatever I can get my hands on just to
yeah.
satisfy me and knock out that little hunger craving. Now
Yeah.
I may have a snack or something here and there in between meals, but it's nothing compared to the snacks that I've had before. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm
it's
the
just
same way too. Like if I don't start my day and eat properly in the morning and I'm not having, well balanced meals, I'm exactly the same as everybody else. I'm looking for chocolate and carbs and whatever else, I like to snack on too, whatever I get cravings for. So yeah, people don't really understand. They just think, oh, I'm weak-willed or whatever, and I can't control those cravings, but it's really your body messing with
yeah.
you. So yeah, when
Yeah,
you
I
eat
mean,
properly.
I really don't have those cravings anymore. I really don't. I mean, and there's still some junk left around in the house here, and
No.
I don't even reach for it. Nah,
Yeah. Good.
nope. So all
Excellent.
good, all good. Yeah,
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing your
my
experience.
pleasure, my
I
pleasure.
hope that
Yep,
your story is an inspiration. And I'm just really
yeah,
excited to see, where you end up by the end of the year. I mean,
yeah.
we've talked about
That
that.
yeah,
So
I'm kind of excited about it myself too. I mean, with what just happened over the past 5 months, I'm looking ahead at the end of the year. I kind of have a little personal goal I want to get to by the end of the year.
yeah.
And it'll be fun to see what's like next February, a year into it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it and looking forward to keep going like this. So
Good. Honest. Or sorry. Awesome is what I was trying to say. I can't speak. Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, John. Really
you're
appreciate it.
welcome. Anytime. If
Okay.
anybody, and you can tell any of the guys if anybody's got any questions, don't hit me up. give them my personal Facebook. I don't care. I'll whatever I can do to help anybody else out, and maybe set
Okay.
them straight. Question here and there from a guy, from my perspective.
Yeah.
Reach out, and I can just reach out. Don't be afraid not to. So
Yeah, maybe I'll make a post in the group just so that yeah, let everyone know if they want to reach out
yeah,
to do it. Yeah.
yep.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much.
All right. You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye.